Hey everybody, and welcome back to Video Game Esoteric. I got a fun and exciting episode for you guys today because we're going to be taking a look at Mario's modules. This is by Rovertronic, and it's basically a brand new Super Mario 64 game that turns the concept of what Super Mario 64 can be completely on its head. And this is going to be getting some new updates very shortly, and I'll definitely run a second video on there. But I wanted to get you guys familiar with this one because it's about to get a lot better. And I've been having so much fun with Mario's modules in 2025. I just missed out on making a video when it first came out because I was quite busy at that period of time, so I figured I would right that wrong, at least in my own head, do a video on Mario's modules, talk about just how incredible it is and what's going to be coming to it soon. And you will see here at the beginning of the game, you can't even jump whatsoever. Every single thing that Mario can do in this game is going to be found within the world as actual modules, and then you can string them together in a quasi-programming language, so basically just a drag and drop situation. And honestly, the level of creativity, technical design, as well as level engineering that is required to make this not only work but be fun is staggeringly high, but Rovertronic 100% nails the brief. And you'll see here, now that we've gotten into this room, we're going to find our first module, which is simply a jump. It's a really good design to be able to keep the player from jumping at the beginning. You immediately know that something's different in the world of Mario's modules versus any mainline game. And you'll see here, we're able to put that jump onto the A button, and now we're actually going to be able to jump in the game world. But the amount of modules you're going to get is going to be staggering, and the way you combine them together to create new actions is going to feel both like Super Mario 64 as well as a completely new game all at the same time, and that is definitely something I love. Before we get much further involved though, do me a huge favor down below, hit like and subscribe and ring that notification bell, definitely helps us out. And if you feel so inclined and want to support the channel, got a Patreon link down below as well. But I will go over some of the things that are going to be coming to Mario's modules as well in this video from Rovertronic's Twitter. And if you do want to play this game, I have left a link to the patch in the description below as well as a link to Rovertronic's Twitter. That way if you want to follow along, you absolutely can. But now that we can finally jump, you're going to see we're able to get up here, and we're going to get 2 more modules. Some of these chests actually require coins to open, so it is kind of a progression check, but I do think that really works out well as far as keeping you from getting too deep into the game too early. But it really is the way you combine the modules together that is so creative, and knowing that there are new modules and new updates coming is going to be absolutely awesome. And in just a moment I will show you a few of the things that Rovertronic has teased out as far as actually making this game even bigger and more interesting. So now that we have that repeat module, we're able to put it next to the jump, and then we can put another jump back in. You'll see here it would repeat, but it doesn't actually repeat on anything. Now I know how this works, I'm just trying to explain the concept to you because I could totally understand if you played this for the first 5 minutes and didn't click with it, you might not actually want to get into the game. Just trust me, take your time with it, understand, read every single signpost here because it is going to give you information, and then once you actually understand what the game is asking of you, it'll be that much more fun. Because if we take the second jump here and go ahead and apply it after that repeat module, you're going to get a jump that's followed up into a second jump, which would be a higher jump in the universe of Super Mario 64. So it's one of those things. Think about what you'd have to do in Super Mario 64 and then try to replicate it here in the game's quote-unquote programming language with the modules, and you'll totally figure out exactly what you're supposed to do. And you'll see here there's definitely a lot of fun modules already in the game as well as coming, like this rotate module right now, where Rovertronic talks about how would you actually use it. Seems a little bit esoteric, no pun intended for the channel name, but you'll see here doing a backwards long jump into a repeat and actually hitting that lava just sent you into an area that seems absolutely impossible to get off the top. You'll see here there's going to be some new mystery chests as well. I love that Rovertronic continues to support this game, and hopefully soon, maybe in the next couple of weeks, we'll see some of these modules come out as a bigger update. So that's why I wanted to talk about this game right now. It's something I play in my spare time and meant to make a video on a long time ago, but like everything, I just kind of end up getting busy and things happen and I never get back to those initial ideas. Because when you do videos that are basically news based for half your channel, if you end up busy, you kind of pick and choose what you're going to make for the news, or if you're busy that week at your regular work, sometimes you just don't actually get there. But take it from me, this game is just straight up 10 out of 10 creative. I'm going to be showing you a lot more, but honestly the main takeaway from this video is there's so many fun things you can do in the world of Super Mario 64, and Rovertronic absolutely made a game that is stunning, with a great soundtrack as well. First soundtrack sample, and I'll be right back. I just really like the music in the game, but the best part about Mario's modules is the sensation of discovery as you get further in. Every single level, every single area, because there isn't really any levels, it is kind of open world, is going to be a progression check on what you actually have. Because you'll see right here, all we need is that single jump, but we're going to start hitting obstacles that we don't actually have the modules for. We have to find them in the world so we're actually able to pass the checks. Because you'll see here, we have one area which is a wall. We're not going to be able to do much with that. There are some coins in that chasm there on top of the pipe, and there's going to be a breakable wall within a jump. But the thing is, we don't actually have any sort of attack whatsoever. The other thing is, I shouldn't run directly into that pit, because that was just kind of stupid of me. It is still Super Mario 64, and the camera can still be a bit tricky. But you'll see here, we can jump at that breakable wall, but we don't actually have an attack yet. I did kind of move around with the progression a little bit to not show you where you find this thing, but you'll see here that now, after the actual jump, we can put something like that kick attack. So now we're going to be able to break certain boxes. But we broke the one at ground level. The question is, how are we going to break the one a little bit higher up? Because now, no matter how we stack those modules, we don't really have the ability to break that just because we can't get high enough. This is kind of the fun thing. The game is teaching you its exact concept, and then you have to go out and find all the different bits you need to be able to actually move forward. So if you take a different direction here, you're going to find another treasure chest, one that doesn't require coins to open up, and now you have a new module that's going to be a right arrow, not a down arrow. Every single module with an arrow is going to change the actions. If you go over here, you'll see it continues when Mario touches a wall. So as opposed to having that attack be directly into the jump, now we can have that attack happen when you hit a wall. So you jump into the area you need to, that kick is available, and now suddenly we have another star and we have another module. So just think how complex this is going to get in a fun way as the game moves on. And you'll see here there's also going to be a reroll system and some recycling, so you can kind of make every single run of something like Mario's modules completely unique and try to beat the game in different ways, because there is no one right way to be able to get through the entirety of Mario's modules. Sure, there's going to be more than one solution, and some solutions are going to be way more obvious than others, but it is that combination, creativity, and freedom that really is going to make this so much fun. Because now that we have a few more modules, we're actually going to be able to get to the top of this tower here, because we had the ability to jump again when we hit the ground, but we didn't have the ability to jump again when we actually hit a wall. So if you move some things around, suddenly you're going to be able, with some good button timing, to get up on top of this pillar here and then jump over for the second star. If you do want to play this one, I played this one in Ari's today, kind of skipped over MiSTer FPGA just because I wanted to talk about something that I knew absolutely everyone could play. But this will also work on real hardware, so I would assume it would work on MiSTer. I just didn't have the time to actually grab mine and hook it up. If you're not aware, I am undergoing a house move very shortly. My wife and I are closing on a house, so I have a lot of things packed up, and even though my MiSTer was next to me, I've got a lot of other things to put in a box today, so I tried to work a little bit quickly. And now that we have the ability to actually hit and kick that wall in midair, once you get the timing right, you're going to see we're able to bust that block out and move on. But one more soundtrack sample similar to the first, but I love it. 30 seconds and I'll be right back with just a bit more. With all the fun sound effects and all the fun music in here, it really does a good job of world building, making it feel like Super Mario 64, but also something completely different at the same time. And it's ROM hacks like this I absolutely love. They are so incredibly creative, because don't get me wrong, all of the Super Mario 64 ROM hacks that are just new levels, new stars, they are great in their own right, but I love when modders go in and think to themselves, what could we do within the world of Super Mario 64 that is completely innovative and basically giving you something you've never seen before. So Mario's modules is a straight up 10 out of 10 in my opinion. And as soon as we get an update with more stuff going on, I will definitely make another video. But I just kind of felt like talking about this one in case you haven't seen it yet, because one of those things I can't make every single video I would like to make on the channel. Sometimes I just have to miss out on something or run something on top of something else. But this one is definitely straight up fun, and like I said, if you want to play it, the link is in the description down below. But just think to yourself right now as you read this sign, you will see that we have a gigantic wall on top of us. How are you going to get up to that? You'll see here that it says it's even gargantuan wall, and there's no other way to get around it but scale it. So now you have to find all the modules in the world, combine them together to get up there to kind of continue your progression. And that is just straight up amazing and also daunting in all the best ways. But we're done. Go grab this game, give it a shot. I'll see you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed the video. Bye-bye.